Good morning. Good morning. How are you? How you feeling? Yes, I'm still saving my voice. But I want to do the latest immigration news because we have a couple news going on. Just wanted to share so that you can still be informed. Let's get right into it. Let me see if I can share my screen too. Let's see if I can share my screen. Okay. Let's see if I can share my screen. I want to share my screen. Hold on. Yes, I think I can share my screen. Share the screen. Share the screen. Okay, I wanted to talk about. Hold on. Yeah, I wanted to share my screen about the litigation tracker, so that way you know what policy has been challenged in court. So let me just refresh. Okay. That way you know what policy. We have a lot of policies going on since this coming Trump administration took office on January 20th, 2025. So they're just signing executive orders like never before and putting new policies in place. So I want to just have a chart, and this is a good tracker. You can double check this one: litigation tracker, legal challenges to Trump administration actions. That way you know the Just Security website. That way you know which one is still under litigation. That way there's a dispute, at least it's not going to take effect. So for example, we have in January 20, 2025, New Hampshire, Indonesia community support versus Donald Trump. Okay, the federal judge Joseph issued a preliminary injunction on this Trump executive order that seeks to revoke birthright citizenship for the children of undocumented immigrants on the basis that people in the United States illegally are not subject to the jurisdiction thereof. So they're trying to, what Trump is trying to do is that he's trying to challenge this sentence here, subject to the jurisdiction thereof in the Constitution. That's really pretty much give the right to citizenship, but he wants this provision, specifically this sentence, to be interpreted differently. That's why he issued the executive order, and now everybody's challenging it in court. And it was supposed to be taking effect on February 19, 2025, which means next Wednesday. So pretty much children born after February or on February 19, 2025 was supposed to not have citizenship. Okay, but now there is a preliminary injunction on that order. Okay, this is the judge in I believe in New Hampshire. Yeah. Okay. Then we have another judge. Yeah, another complaint that's about, this is another case. This is another case. Basically, the birthright citizenship, essentially what it says is that if the child is born to parents who are undocumented, or either parent does not have either the lawful permanent residency or U.S. citizenship, even if the parents are lawfully present, that child cannot be a U.S. citizen because none of the parents has either a lawful permanent residency or a U.S. citizenship. That was supposed to be law starting February 19th of this year, but a lot of lawsuits going on. So this one too, you see, the Trump executive order seeking to revoke citizenship. A group of pregnant women who whose children will not receive citizenship, sue the plaintiff identified as a Joe, lives in Massachusetts. This is the Massachusetts, and has temporary protected status in the United States. Those are, again, what I was saying before. Those are the mothers who have temporary protected status, but because they don't have lawful permanent residency or U.S. citizenship, so their children cannot be U.S. citizen according to that Trump executive order. So they went to court too. So the suit argued that the plain text of the 14th Amendment, as confirmed, explicitly grants U.S. citizenship for all people born in the United States. They're challenging Trump again. Okay, this one too. This is state of New Jersey. That was on January 21st, 2025, the challenging Trump executive order. The Attorney General of 2022 states, including the District of Columbia, including here in DC, and the city of San Francisco, sued to protect residents who will lose their citizenship under the executive order. Okay, the suit argues that the plain text of the 14th Amendment, as confirmed in the U.S., explicitly grants birthright citizenship for all people born in the United States. So I don't know if you're seeing it. Let me put it a little bigger. Okay. Yeah, I think you can see it for now. Then we have another complaint. Again, this is for the plaintiff include immigrant rights organization, CASA, ASAP, as well as individual immigrant parents, argue that the executive order violates the 14th Amendment. Okay. And then on January 27, the complaint was consolidated with this case. And then on February 5th, the judge, Deborah Boardman, issued an opinion granting the plaintiff motion to preliminary nationwide injunction blocking implementation of the birthright citizenship executive order. This is nationwide, so they cannot implement it. Okay. Then we have again this one. This is 4 states sued to protect residents who will lose their citizenship under the executive order. Yeah, again, on January updates. This is updates, right? On January 2023, the judge of Western District of Washington issued a temporary restraining order against the executive order. On February 6, 2025, the judge issued an opinion granting the plaintiff motion for preliminary. Still, the judge is blocking that. Okay, this is just update. And then on February 12, 2025, the defendant made an emergency motion to stay the district court injunction. Okay. The defendant, which is the Trump administration, right? They want to stay the injunction. Okay. But then what? Yeah. So, and then we have on January 30th, all those are challenging executive orders. Okay. This is the decision of January 2024, 2025. Again, yeah. So it's, as of today, it's blocked. That's just the conclusion of it. Okay. Yeah, this is another complaint organized that has nothing to do with the birthright citizenship. This is they're challenging the policy of punishment of sanctuary cities and states. Sorry. Remember, what they said is that if a state does not want to collaborate with ICE in order to implement immigration laws, in order to carry out those removal orders, in order to have ICE identify undocumented immigrants so that they can help detain and deport them. If the state does not collaborate, then they can punish them with Title 8. like a felony, right? They'll sue them in federal court for felony. But this organization is challenging that executive order, okay? Organized Community Against Deportation versus the acting Secretary of Homeland Security. Yeah, they're challenging the government, okay? So, yeah, the plaintiff, which is a Chicago-based immigrant advocacy organization, alleged that the guidance and sorry, I can force it. And subsequent raids, specifically for the purpose of ending the plaintiff's sanctuary city advocacy and movement building, violates the Administrative Procedure Act of the First Amendment. So that's why they filed a lawsuit, because the sanctuary city is saying that you cannot end as a sanctuary city because you are in violation of this act, the Administrative Procedure Act and the First Amendment. So the lawsuit seeks an injunction against the Department of Justice guidance. So they're trying to prevent the Department of Justice to end the sanctuary cities. That's the lawsuit. It was filed on the 25th. Okay. And then in the same order, this community too, which is the plaintiff, include various cities and counties. They sue on the ground that the executive order and DOJ, which is the Department of Justice memo, violates the 10th Amendment. Okay. So, like the 10th Amendment basically separates federal powers and state powers. So, the fact that the Trump administration gave this, it's pretty much in contradiction with the state, the 10th Amendment. That's why they sue. Okay. Yeah. And then those are the lawsuits here against expedited removal. Remember, what is expedited removal? It's basically when they try to remove an individual without hearing, because the individual has been here for less than 2 years, the person is illegal, they have to remove them like this. So this lawsuit is against that. The sue or this administration, okay? The plaintiff make the New York argue the rule violates the Fifth Amendment of Due Process Clause, which means the Fifth Amendment is basically the right to a hearing, okay? Right to fair trial and all that. So they're saying that it's really in violation of that. So that's why they're suing. And then by subjecting individual to summary deportation without adequate procedural safeguards, the suit claimed that the rule is arbitrary, exceeds statutory authority, and disregard legal and constitutional protections against wrongful removal. Basically, in short term, it's basically they're suing this government because this expedited removal is against due process. Like the person has the right to fair trial. Period. That's essentially what they're saying. And then we have another lawsuit against the discontinuation of CBP One app. Remember, at the border, they closed the app where the person who's just came from the border, they have to go through the app in order to register themselves for asylum. But when Trump came to power, he just closed the app. So close down the app. Now they're suing. Okay. So the last American Immigrant Advocacy Center and the ACLU had previously sued to challenge Biden administration rule that limited asylum access to those presenting at the port of entry. They previously sued even Biden. Now they're suing Trump for the same thing. In response to government argued that the CBP One app remained as pathway by which asylum seeker could request appointment. So because they discontinued that, they're suing them. Okay. And this one is basically suing against access of lawyer to immigration in detention. So they're trying to prevent the access of lawyers in detentions. Yeah, they sue now. This organization sued them, the Amica Center for Immigrant Rights, versus the Department of Justice. Okay. What they're saying in this lawsuit, they say that nine advocacy and immigrant legal services organizations sued, arguing that terminating funding for program is arbitrary and capricious, an abuse of discretion, and otherwise not in accordance with the law under the administration procedure, violates the appropriation clause in the clause of H Act. Basically, with this executive order, what Trump did was he suspended those, remember those pro bono attorneys? They were getting funding from the government in order to represent immigrants in immigration court, but the Trump administration cut off the funds, the federal funds. So that's why this organization suing them in courts, because it's a violation. Okay. And this one is a proclamation. Yeah. So there are Refugee and Immigration Center. Yeah. This one, they're really suing plaintiff, three nonprofit organizations, three nonprofit organizations in Texas and Arizona, providing legal services and assistance to undocumented individual or asylum seeker, arguing that order violates the following statutory and constitutional provision. So they are pretty much suing because of the proclamation that's prohibiting non-citizens from invoking asylum provision. This is crazy. You can't prohibit somebody from invoking asylum provision. This is in the law. So anyway, those organizations are suing them, but you can go ahead and read all those and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and see what this government is prohibiting people from doing, asylum seeker. Okay. Yeah, this one, they're suing against the transfer of migrant to Guantanamo. I can't say the word. Yeah, there's transferring people there, but a lot of lawyers are complaining about access. They don't have access to those people who are being transferred there. So relocating them, that's why, you know, they sue. And then this is for the same thing. And then we have a lot of lawsuits going on. A lot. Yeah, a lot. I want to focus this video only on those lawsuits so you know what's going on, what program is on pause because of the lawsuit. Suspension of the U.S. refugee admission program. Remember, they suspended refugee program. They canceled the flights. So those people sue on February 10th. Okay. Which one? Let's see. The lawsuit, those people, which is Bijoux versus Trump, the lawsuit alleged that the order have left approved refugees stranded internationally, deny recent arrivals statutory mandates, support services, and forced layoffs of resettlement institutions. So those are people who were already approved with their refugees applications. They already had their flights scheduled, but when Trump came, he just canceled everything. And that's why they're suing, because it don't make sense, because those are already approved. You can sue for future processing, but those are already approved, right? So the lawsuit is still pending. Yeah, hopefully this is gonna give us something. Restatement schedule. Oh, this one has nothing to do with immigration. I wanted to stop on immigration. This is for government. So I just wanted to do with immigration, okay? Immigration, those are the lawsuits pending for immigration and citizenship, you see. And then, yeah, if you go down here, yeah, those are some lawsuits going on, but for something else. So as far as immigration and citizenship is concerned, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. wow, we have a lot. We have a lot lawsuits going on. So, and this is up. It was updated on February 13, 2025. So this is recent update. At least you have an idea what's going on, what lawsuit is going on, at least what program is being suspended, what to look forward if they win the lawsuit. For example, for refugee, if they win, those people who already got their refugee accepted or granted, refugee status granted, they can come. So that's a good way to know what's going on. I'm gonna make a separate video, sorry, for other news, okay? Because I have an appointment at 9:30. I want to prepare for it. Until next time, bye-bye.